गुड आफ्टरनून फ्रेंड्स। मेंस 2022 ज्योग्राफी के बैच में विल मूव फॉरवर्ड। यस्टरडे या डे बिफोर यस्टरडे लास्ट क्लास में हमने देखा था मेजर फिजिकल फीचर्स, और हम जहाँ पे मैंने आपको जैसे बताया था कि I have told you that we will proceed to from one section towards another section, and firstly we are going to cover the major physical feature on which I will be moving from one continent to another continent, and at the end of the batch you will very easily able to solve the questions of that first unit. Later on I will move on to the climatic classification and all that, right? Basically on these continents I'll also moving towards towards the climate part also, and you can very easily understood that what is the condition, what is the economy that's running on to these continents, and what are the major differences that you can see from one continent to another. So moving next, you can download the GLCIS top 50 top 50 app, where you will get prelims and mains classes at very affordable cost with a quality, and from these classes you can very easily fetch marks in the mains. Okay, so firstly I will revise the last class what I have told you in the last class. And as we were studying South America, right? So in last class as the syllabus says, what the syllabus says, it says mountains, plateaus, plains, rivers, lakes, right? So in the last class I have already covered the mountains. I have told you the world's longest mountain range lies here, that is Andes. Then I have told you the important peaks of that. The highest peak is Aconcagua, right? Then I have told you Ojos del Salado, right? Ojos del Salado is the highest active volcano in the world. Then I have told you the Misti in Peru. Then I have told you Cotopaxi and Chimborazo. Right? So these are the mountain ranges that I have covered in the last class. Then moving towards the next, I have told you the lakes. I have told you the countries. As you can see, this is Venezuela, this is Colombia, this is Ecuador, this is Peru, this is Chile, here it is Bolivia, here Argentina, here Paraguay, here Uruguay, and here comes Brazil, here French Guiana, Suriname and Guyana. Total how many countries? I have told you 13 countries here. Then moving on to the lakes. Then comes the lakes, right? So lakes, basically here comes the Lake Maracaibo. I have told you it lies in Venezuela and very important for petroleum production. Then I have told you Lake Titicaca, okay, lies in both Bolivia and Peru. Then I have told you Lake Popo, completely lies in Bolivia. I have told you Titicaca is the highest navigable lake in the world. Highest navigable lake in the world. Then I have told you here two lagoons. One is Patos and another is Marim. Both are lagoons, lies in Brazil. Right? Now I'll move on to the next, and I'll explain you how basically the South America is divided. What are the various climates that are found here? Right? So if I like India, if we take the example of India, if we take the example of India, we can see that India is basically divided into 6 physical feature, right? One is what? One is Himalayas, second is Great Plains, third is Peninsular Plateau, right? Fourth, islands, fifth, desert, and sixth, the coastal plains, right? So basically the way India is divided into 6 features, just like that South America is divided into 4 features, right? First one is this part. It is known as Western Coastal Strip, right? Then this is the second portion. It is called as Western Cordilleras, right? Then comes the third portion. This is the third portion, which is called as Central Plains, and at the end this portion, which is known as Eastern Highlands, right? So basically from this you can understand that this is the coastal strip, this is the coastal part of the South America. Here lies the Andes mountain range. As I have told you, Andes mountain range lies in 7 part. Here comes the central plains, and in the next slide I will told you these central plains comprise of various grasslands, like here comes the Llanos, Campos, Caatingas, right? And then here comes Gran Chaco, here comes Pampas. So all these grasslands, they cover the central plain region, right? And here we'll be looking forward for the highlands, like here comes Guiana Highland, here comes Brazilian Highland, then various plateaus, Mato Grosso plateaus, then Patagonian plateaus. So basically we can see that the most of the rivers, they must be flowing from which side? From these mountain ranges they must be originating and or going through this side, or from these highlands the rivers must be moving toward this side. So we can very easily understood that what is the elevation of the South America from this map. Okay, now moving on to the next, I'll explain you what are the climatic features of this continent, right? Now understood one thing, 0 degree equator passes from here, right? 0 degree equator. And Tropic of Capricorn passes somewhere here. Here what? Tropic of Capricorn, right? So what we generally found, there is a trend. You must remember this trend, right? Let me give you one trend of the world climate. This is given in G.C. Leong book. You can refer this trend from that book. This is the eastern margin of any continent. This is east margin of any continent, and this is the west margin of any continent, right? And these are the latitudes, like 0 degree, 10 degree, north and south both, okay, but it is best developed in the northern hemisphere because there is a large land mass available in the north hemisphere as compared to southern hemisphere. So 0 to 10 degree, 10 to 30 degree, 30 to 45 degree, 45 to 60 degree, 60 to somewhere around 75-80 degree, and then comes the 90 degree, okay. So this is the first one, right? So what is the basic? The first one is named as equatorial rainforest type of climate, like equatorial rainforest type of climate. Then comes the second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, eighth, ninth, 10th, 11th, 12th, right? So which is the second type? India lies here. So it is what type of climate? It is basically monsoon type of climate, right? Then comes the third, it is called as Sudan or savanna type of climate, right? It is called as Sudan or savanna type of climate. Most of the desert, they lies here at around 30 degree and the western margin of the continent. So it is the desert type of climate, right? There are three reasons why most of the deserts, they are located in the western side of margin. First of them is the reason around 30 degree is basically of trade winds, okay. So trade winds, when they bring moisture, they take moisture from the oceans. When they reaches on the western side of the continent, their moisture generally ended up, and so there is no rainfall. First reason is this reason lies in the subtropical high pressure belt, where instead of wind rising, there is a wind that are subsiding, right? So this is the second reason. Third, there are certain ocean currents that lies on the western margin of the continent. So this is one of the reason why the deserts lies at the around 30 degree latitude and on the western side of margin, okay. So they generally, if you find that there is a trend of temperature decrease as well as rainfall decreasing as we move upward, okay. So there is a trend, like, so what we find that there is a most average temperature of tropical equatorial rainforest is 26 degree and all year rainfall, okay. So much of heavy rainfall. So what we found that there are equatorial rainforest type of plants, they are found, like mahogany, ebony, and all these kinds of forests are found in this region. Then comes the monsoon, where we found that there is a summer rainfall. Basically there is a summer rainfall, there is a 3-month season, and there are monsoon winds, okay. Then comes the Sudan type of climate. In this also the rainfall is little bit less, but here the trees, they slowly start shifting towards the grasses, rainfall reduces, the duration of summer season enhanced, there is a cold season also. Then comes the desert, where rainfall reduced to less than 50 centimeter, okay. There are plants which are found in deserts, they are also known as xerophytes. Then moving towards the fifth, it is called as China type of climate, right? All year rainfall from the trade winds, and basically developed in the China's eastern region, okay. Then comes the sixth type of climate, which is known as steppes. It is also grassland feature, basically developed in European, Hungary, and all those regions, steppes. Then seventh type of climate, it is known as Mediterranean type of climate. The very important feature of Mediterranean type of climate is there is a winter rainfall. Now let me tell you why there is a winter rainfall in Mediterranean, right? So what we generally found, like, this is Africa and this is Europe, okay. So this is Africa and here comes the Europe, okay. This is Mediterranean Sea, and this is the best region where Mediterranean type of climate developed. What generally happens during summer season, sun lies in northern hemisphere, right? Sun lies in northern hemisphere. So ITCZ is generally, ITCZ lies here in northern hemisphere, which is called as NITCZ, northern intertropical convergence zone. It is a low pressure zone where the winds generally comes towards this. Okay, this is low pressure zone. So what actually happens, these wind belts, generally westerlies, flow from here. Okay, this belt, the region of Europe lies in westerlies. Okay, so in summer what actually happens, these westerlies flow from Europe side, okay, like France, Britain and all that. But when the sun shifted to southern hemisphere, it becomes SITCZ, like southern intertropical convergence zone. So these westerlies, they also shift little bit of south, and they started to flow in this region. When they started to flow in this region, it comes winter in the northern hemisphere, and the westerlies built little bit down, and so these westerlies, they will bring rainfall in the Mediterranean region. In which season? In winter season. That's why Mediterranean have the rainfall in the winter season. These westerlies are one of the reasons why there is a rainfall in Punjab and all these regions in India also, right? So these westerlies generally shift as the sun shift in the southern hemisphere in the winter, right? So this is the reason why there is a rainfall, winter rainfall in Mediterranean type of climate. Then eighth comes Laurentian type of climate. It is best developed in a nearby Canada region. It also have a whole year rainfall. It is also called as marine type of climate, right? Then ninth, Siberian type of climate, where we found that there is a 9 month or more than 6 months of winter, extreme winter, wind flows into these regions, and there is a very less duration of rainfall, extreme dry wind, very less rainfall. We can call this region as a cold desert region also. Okay, so next 10th one is British climate, best developed in Britain, whole year rainfall. Okay, 6 to 7 months of winter, and then there is a very short duration of summer. Then comes here tundra and taiga. Taiga also known as permafrost, permanently frost region. Tundra have 9 months winter season, taiga permanently frost. Here generally what we found mosses and lichens, right? So basically what I want to explain is that you can see from this the South America belt. Okay, now taking you here, what I have told you that 0 degree equator passes from here. So which climate must be developed here? There must be tropical, or we can say that equatorial type of climate is best developed here. Okay, so this region generally we see equatorial type of climate, and there is a name for these forests, selvas. Amazon river flows from here, and these Amazon rainforests are also known as selvas. Okay, there is a word for these which is called as selvas. You must remember all this because it will be very useful for the 3 marker. Okay, selvas, Amazon. Then moving towards the northern side, as I have told you and shown you here, which type of climate? Sudan or savanna type of climate, right? So here comes savanna type of climate. Here comes savanna type of climate. So there are grasslands. I have told you in Venezuela there is a Llanos. In Brazil there are grasslands known as Campos, Caatingas, Cerrados, right? These are 3 grasslands lies in Brazil. Then Below it, here comes the Grand Chaco grassland is both temperate as well as tropical in nature. Right, and lies in two countries. One is Paraguay, below part is in Argentina. And here comes the temperate type of climate, that is Pampas grassland, right? So these are the basic features. You can understand that here lies equatorial type of climate, above savanna, below savanna. Okay, then I will explain you. Then moving on to the next. Now you understood again through this map. I have told you here which type of climate, equatorial type of climate, and Amazon rainforest, they are known as selvas. Okay, here I have told you which type of climate, savanna type of climate. Okay, then here in the Chile, the climate can be divided into three parts. This is 1, this is 2, and this is 3. Right? So first one, here is the world driest desert. Which one is that? Atacama. So desert type of climate. Second, here lies Mediterranean type of climate, which are also known as littoral. Right? And here third lies marine type of climate. Right? Beside this, here lies another desert which is known as Patagonian desert. Patagonian deserts, it forms because of orographic reason. It is the cold desert. Okay, because winds coming here from here, they rise above the Andes, but when they cross the mountain ranges, they become dry, and here leading to no rainfall, leading to the formation of Patagonian desert. So from this you can understood the whole of the climatic structure of the South America. And here I have told you equatorial type, savanna type, Sudan type. Here three types of climate. Here desert type of climate. Here I have told you savanna type of climate is best developed. Okay, so here marine type of climate below this. You can understood through that that there are which type of climate that are lying in the South America. Then moving on to the next, as in the syllabus there is another topic that is mentioned, and that is of the rivers. Right? So in this I will be explaining you the rivers. Here in Colombia there is a very important river which is flowing, which is known as Magdalena. Right? Second, here Orinoco in Venezuela, and world's highest waterfall, that is Angel waterfall, lies here in Orinoco river. Then third one, this is third one, world's second largest river, which is known as Amazon. There are two very important tributaries of it. One is Negro, another is Madeira. Two important tributaries. Then here comes the fourth river, which is Parana, and its two tributaries also. Its two tributaries, which are known as Paraguay and Uruguay river. Right? So in Parana you must remember one thing, there is a dam called as Itaipu Dam, and there is a waterfall which is known as Iguachu waterfall. Right? So there are, Itaipu is a dam, and Iguachu is a waterfall, right, in Parana river. When this Uruguay river meets Parana river, here lies the Rio de la Plata. Like when this Parana river and Uruguay river meets, its name gets changes into Plate river, and it gets ended into Rio de la Plata, right? So in South America, what are the things that we have covered? In South America, we have started from the mountains. We have looked into physical division. Then I have told you lakes. Then I have told you rivers, mountains and peaks. Then climatic classification. So most of the thing I have covered, but in tomorrow's class I will be taking some things around plateaus. I will again take the grasslands and deserts and the economy plus minerals part. So these three things basically are left. I'll teach them in tomorrow's class, and with this I will be concluding this session. I'll be concluding this session. Thank you so much for the class. Please go and download the GLC IAS Top 50 app, where you will get the prelims and mains classes at very affordable price. Thank you so much.